Hey guys, we're gonna let a couple minutes go by and just make sure that everyone who's registered, at least a good portion of them, have been able to join. So thanks so much for your patience while we wait on that. I hope everyone's having a great day so far. Awesome, guys, and we'll just get started here in just a few more minutes for anyone who's joined. Just want to make sure we have a good portion of our participants ready to go. All right, I think we're gonna go ahead and get kicked off. Cool. So hey everyone, and welcome to the webinar. We're so glad you could join us today as we chat through best practices for communicating with your attendees. While there are many ways to communicate with your attendees, for the purpose of today's webinar, we're going to focus mainly on the tools and partners available to you through the Eventbrite platform. So before we get started, I'd like to introduce your host for today's webinar. My name is Shireen Nixada, and I've been working at Eventbrite for 4 years as of this past Sunday. I'm a senior technical client success manager, and my job is to guide event creators through onboarding and account implementation. So as an Eventbrite product expert, I specialize in ensuring that our event creators can fully maximize the value of the Eventbrite platform. Joining me for today's webinar is my good friend and colleague, Steel Britton, who sits with our music venue success team. Steel is a senior venue success specialist at our Nashville office and has been with Eventbrite for 6 years in a variety of roles. Together, we have both helped thousands of event creators pull off successful events, and we hope we can help you guys out today. Steel and I will be walking through best practices, handy templates, and a few product demos in today's webinar. We'll make sure that all participants have access to this recording afterwards, should you need to reference any information discussed today. Honestly, we're both super excited to be here with you all, albeit under some somewhat difficult circumstances. We understand that event creators are being faced with tough and multi-layered decisions, and we just want to be sure that you guys have the resources, support, and information that you need. As a call out, you may have noticed we've disabled the chat on this webinar just to minimize distractions during the call. But that said, we're going to do a post-webinar survey, which we'll send out to collect your feedback, so just be on the lookout for that. In today's webinar, we're going to talk through the importance of communicating clearly and consistently, different types of messaging you can use based on your event type and event status, tools available within the Eventbrite platform that make communicating with your attendees quick and easy, email marketing integrations available via Eventbrite's app marketplace, and finally, templates you can employ on both email and social channels. But first, we've made a few updates to our product in an effort to better serve the needs of event creators, and we want to take you guys through a few of our most recent releases. I'll let Stio take it away.
Thanks, Shireen. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfect, Stio. Thank you.
Yeah, hey everyone. We've made a number of useful improvements recently, so I just want to run through those really quickly. The first one here is partial refunds using backup funding sources. So if you're not familiar with this, this is the ability to issue a refund using a debit or credit card. And previously, you actually only were able to do this when you were issuing full refunds. So that's all tickets on an order. But now we've released the ability to issue a partial refund. So maybe that's just one ticket on a multi-ticket order, or 30 out of $35 on a ticket. So that's a great improvement there. Also, recently we've allowed Facebook for online events. So with this new feature, we are now allowing you to publish online events, which was previously actually not supported by Facebook, to any of your Facebook fan pages that you manage. So we've also made changes to allow online events to select co-hosts for their events, so the exposure on the platform is even bigger. We've also released the ability to bulk refund an event. This is a pretty big one, a new feature that allows you to bulk refund all active orders on an event, and is currently live for roughly 50% of Eventbrite users, and it's ramping up. So it's probably going to be everybody in the next day or so, we're hoping. Currently, this feature is only visible within your event dashboard by clicking into the Manage Attendees section and then into the Orders section when your event has sufficient funds in the event to cover refunding all active orders. So basically the feature will not show up if there are not sufficient funds. So in those cases where you may have received an advance payout and you don't have all of the funds in the event, you will not see this feature currently. That said, we are working on a new feature to allow you to inject funds back into the event. So if you had received an advance payout in the past, we will have a feature soon that will allow you to actually, link your bank account basically and inject those funds that you need to refund the event in full. Finally, there's automated refunds, which is coming soon. This feature is actually going to allow you to execute automatic refunds whenever the attendee requests a refund with your confirmed refund policy, within your confirmed refund policy, and has chosen the COVID-19 as their refund reason. This will be completely optional for you to enable for your events. So not something we're just gonna flip on for everyone. You'll have the option to switch that on or not. And we're gonna continue to keep you updated on all these product updates and continue to try and better serve you all in these difficult times. So that being said, let's get back into the importance of communicating clearly and consistently with your attendees.
Thanks, Dio. So here at Eventbrite, we understand the severe impact the COVID-19 virus has taken on event creators across the globe. In response to this, we're here to support you through the updates to your schedule, with our goal really being to arm you with the tools and templates you need to convey any modifications to your events. Now more than ever, it's critical to maintain clear and consistent communication with your attendees. How swiftly, plainly, and regularly you communicate will help relay your commitment to your attendees and also instill trust in your event brand. Letting attendees know that you've made the difficult decision to hold your event at a later date, cancel your event altogether, or that offerings have been adjusted is never easy. However, by adhering to a timely, clear, and consistent communication strategy, you can meet your attendees where they're at and possibly even build a stronger, more robust relationship with them. So timely. The sooner you can relay information to your ticket holders, the easier it will be for them to create a plan that makes sense for them. Like you, your attendees are likely grappling with changes to plans, finances, and daily life, so keeping your interactions with them empathetic as well as prompt will go a long way. So clarity. Simple and straightforward copy will get your message across to attendees and will also help cut down on contact thereafter regarding outstanding questions. When you reach out, aim to match your tone to your brand and event, and also to the nature of the messaging that you're sending. How you message a postponement may be very different from how you message a cancellation, just as how you message fundraising activities may be slightly different from how you convey new offerings like memberships, loyalty programs, merchandise, or even an online event format. To that end, up ahead, we've provided some templates for you to build off of. And last but not least, consistency of outreach to your attendees and audience further imparts confidence with them that while plans, and let's be honest, life has changed, they can have faith in you that they'll be updated as things evolve. Keeping your social feeds updated, even if it's not always related to events or event updates, really does help to keep your audience engaged and your brand top of mind. Another critical aspect of communication to consider is exposure to tracks. Other than ensuring your attendees are in the know on all updates to your event and the options available to them, communicating consistently and clearly with them helps mitigate risk of chargebacks against your event and also develop trust with your attendees. For those who are unfamiliar, chargebacks happen when a cardholder disputes a charge and requests a refund directly from their bank or credit card company. The cardholder's financial institution then investigates if the cardholder should be charged or if they deserve a refund. Attendees request reversals of charges from their bank or credit card company for a variety of reasons, but namely, it's really to receive assurance of a ticket refund, which is top of mind for attendees worldwide right now during this pandemic. Our history shows that frequent communication and fast responses to attendee inquiries, wherever possible, serve to reduce concerns. If attendees are kept up to date frequently on the circumstances of an event, we have found that they are less likely to charge back. Also, if creators are offering alternatives, such as credits or gift cards, we have found that there are fewer chargebacks filed. Through partners like Tixel and GiftUp, offering credits to future events in place of refunds is a streamlined and impactful way to provide your attendees with options in the face of changes. We've included links to these partners on the online events page associated with our webinar, and we'll also include them in resources post-meeting. Preventing chargebacks really does start with providing a good experience for your attendee in any circumstances, but especially now when cancellations and postponements have become part of reality in the live experiences industry. Proactive communication, fast replies to inquiries, alternative offerings, and regular updates on the status of events are just a couple of key components to reducing your events exposure. Up next, I'm going to kick it back to Stio, who's going to dig a little bit into the different types of messaging you may be using during this time.
Thanks again, Shireen. All right, let's talk about these different types of messaging. We understand, obviously, that the status of your event can change at any moment, especially during these uncertain times. And while it may seem obvious, we can't overstate the importance of keeping your attendees informed and being as transparent as possible. As Shireen mentioned, organizations with clear, consistent communication, increase consumer loyalty, and transparency can help you to avoid some unnecessary financial risk. If you do end up needing to cancel or postpone your event, it's vital to let your attendees know as soon as possible and share your refund policy and timeline, any refund alternatives you might be offering like donations, vouchers, or other make good offers, which you can now specify in your refund policy section of your event. And also, in the case of postponed events, the new confirmed event date. And for postponed events, it's important to note that you don't have to wait until you have a new confirmed date for the event to start a dialogue with your attendees. Delayed messaging puts you at risk for attendees to request refunds before your new plan is even announced. So let them know what you're working on and what information they can expect from you. Also, maintaining consistent attendee engagement can help with any fundraising support efforts you might be offering. So there's definitely some financial incentive to stay on top of your communication. Lastly, you'll want to be sure to notify them of any other changes to the event, like artist lineup changes, location updates, so maybe you're moving to an online event, or updates to venue guidelines like social distancing or additional safety precautions you've implemented. Also, it's really important to get the word out about any fundraising opportunities or other ways attendees can continue to support your business during this global pandemic. Whether you're offering merchandise or new membership or customer loyalty programs or alternative refund options, keeping your attendees regularly updated on these offerings can only benefit you and your business when facing economic uncertainty. Lastly, updating your social feeds with engaging content is a great way to stay connected to your attendees. And also be sure to share any other ways you might be delivering content. So whether that's a new podcast series, a live streaming event, or online virtual events, new blogs, etc. Any content you can share to keep your brand and business top of mind is crucial for maintaining an active connection with your attendees. Now let's take a look at some of the tools on Eventbrite or through Eventbrite integrations that you can use to get the word out.
Thanks, Theo. So amid all of the disruption to daily life, creators across the globe are wondering how to move forward with, how to cancel, or how to postpone their upcoming events. We want to help you handle these situations with grace and decisiveness by providing you with the tools to deliver that message. Eventbrite's email to attendees tool is a messaging feature available from within the back end of each of your event pages. And emailing your attendees through Eventbrite is simple as we pull all of your events attendees into contact lists and let you segment by the audience that makes most sense for your use case. Step 1 is from your Manage Events dashboard, click into your selected event page. This action will bring you to the dashboard of that event page. Step 2 is to click Emails to Attendees under the Manage Attendees heading in your left-hand navigation bar. Pro tip, if your event has multiple dates and times, choose a date in the Occurrences dropdown to access this tool. Step 3 is to create new attendee email, select it, and then enter the information for your email. You're going to enter a name, which is the person or organization sending that email. Your reply to email, replies to the email that you send out will go to this email address, so update if needed. The to, so you can send this to all registered attendees or choose another option from the dropdown. There's a couple of different options there for you. And then last but not least, your subject. You want to keep that short, descriptive, and explain what the email is all about. Step 4 is you're going to create your email message. As previously mentioned, announcements should be clear and to the point where possible. If necessary, also include any action items you have for your attendees. For example, if you're messaging a rescheduled event, you might include the reason for postponement, the new event date, or date in which attendees can expect to hear more information from you regarding the new event date, any refund policy information or alternatives. Again, this is a big one to communicate as it deals with their money and yours. How an attendee can get support. And finally, if you want to outline any FAQs. A pro tip on this tool is that attachments are not currently supported, so if they need to be included, upload the files elsewhere, like Google Drive or Dropbox, and include those links in your email. You can optionally include or exclude event details and a link to print tickets by ticking the box next to add event details and a link to print tickets. You'll also have the option to send a test email through our tool to get an idea of the look and feel. Note that your Eventbrite account email address will show up by default there. You can click a send test to send yourself a test, or you can change that email address to send to another person or a group alias. Step 5 is to schedule your email. You'll have 3 options, which we've moved on from in this GIF, but you'll have the ability to send now, send on a specific date and time, or send a number of days, hours, and minutes before your event starts. And you want to make sure that you're going to click save there. From the emails to attendees tool, you can review your emails to see your scheduled and sent emails. Emails scheduled indicates emails that are ready to send, and emails sent indicates emails already sent to attendees. If you're looking for an email tool with increased customizability or advanced features outside of what's been discussed here, up next, Dia is going to walk us through a couple of email marketing partners available for integration with your Eventbrite account through Eventbrite's app marketplace.
Thanks again, Shireen. If you're not familiar with Eventbrite's app marketplace, we strongly encourage you to check it out at eventbrite.com/apps for ways to integrate with apps and software you may already use. In the app marketplace, you'll definitely find some great email marketing partners like MailChimp, Emma, Constant Contact, HubSpot, and others. But today we're going to dig in a little more into the MailChimp integration in particular, because it's in the process of getting a bit of a facelift. As of April this year, Eventbrite has taken over the relaunched version of the MailChimp app integration through our own platform. So this means that Eventbrite is now managing the coding and implementation of this integration directly. So what does that mean for creators like yourselves? Basically our new MailChimp integration will be better, faster, harder, and stronger, just like the Kanye West song. Or in other words, we will be able to diagnose issues and implement app improvements more rapidly. So by rebuilding the MailChimp app, we'll be able to more reliably send data from Eventbrite to MailChimp, diagnose and fix issues more efficiently when they pop up, and offer improved app configuration options for our users. It's worth noting that a user must first create an account with MailChimp by first going to the mailchimp.com/signup and signing up for an account, selecting a pricing plan that makes sense for your business, and then setting up your billing settings within your MailChimp account. Once you've created the MailChimp account, you can then integrate it with your Eventbrite account via your event dashboard through the Explore app section of your event, or by going directly to the event app marketplace, which I mentioned, eventbrite.com/apps. Another important call out here, which is stated on that last slide, is that setting up MailChimp or any other app integrations on Eventbrite can actually vary based on your Eventbrite account. So for instance, if you're using Eventbrite Music or have recently signed up on Eventbrite within the past several months, only owner and admin roles listed within your organization settings in the permission section will have the ability to set up and manage app integrations. If you use the multi-user access feature in your account settings within your Eventbrite account to add additional users, you will actually, or the account owner or the main account holder will only be the only person that can set up and manage these integrations. And if you're not familiar with the MailChimp app, it allows you to do quite a few things, like continuously sync your buyers, orders, events, and organizations from Eventbrite to your MailChimp account, create beautiful branded emails that make you look like a pro, even if you're not, turn buyers into true fans with automated event invites, reminders, follow-ups, and more, monitor trends and track performance, and create better campaigns as you go. The MailChimp app for Eventbrite really makes it a breeze to reach your community through email and build lasting connections before, after, and between your events. With a drag and drop builder and ready-made email templates, it's easier than ever to build eye-catching emails that make you look like a pro. Plus, buyers and events sync automatically to MailChimp, ensuring your list is always up to date. It's worth noting also that ticket buyers who purchase tickets through your Eventbrite event are automatically opted into your marketing communications prior to February 26th, 2020. After February 26th, only buyers who opt in to receive your marketing communication during the event checkout will be synced to MailChimp. So what's new with this new MailChimp relaunch? Quite a few things, actually. Now you can sync events and buyers from multiple organizations. So that's for users on Eventbrite who are set up with our new organizations and permissions. Again, after February 26th, any buyers who opt in to receive communications will now sync automatically to MailChimp. The overall configuration experience to sync existing and or future events has gotten a facelift, and MailChimp products are now events, which were previously ticket classes. Products retrieve price range, which is a new one, and headliner and support artists now sync to member tags. But now let's take a look at some templates you can use in these different messaging scenarios.
Cool. Thanks for telling us all about MailChimp and Kanye West, Dio.
Yeah.
As mentioned many times today, clear and effective communication with your attendees will have a huge impact on your brand perception. As you well know, due to the complicated state of the world, your attendees are experiencing the impact of the virus just as we all are. Some have lost their jobs, others are experiencing sickness, and at the very least, attendees are experiencing discomfort, unrest, and unprecedented times, much like the creator community. Given these elements, the reaction to your rescheduled or canceled event could be one of great understanding or support, but it could also be one of frustration or financial fear. This is why well-penned communication is key. As a jumping off point, we've put together a few email templates, which we've shared links to, that you can use to quickly notify attendees when your event is being canceled, postponed, accepting donation, and another for when you're still determining what the future looks like for your event. So up first is a cancellation email, which is just to how to email cancellation postponements to your attendees. It's best to first call out the updates to the event, followed by your ticket and refund policies. So for example, your postponing event, you want to call out the new confirmed date if there is one. If not, make sure to say that you're working to reschedule as soon as possible and that you'll have updates to your attendees ASAP. You also want to include whether or not you're accepting refund requests, and if so, for what period of time, and also if you're allowing attendees to receive a voucher or donate their ticket to help support your business. Also, be sure to include any relevant social or website links where attendees can go to stay informed or just get in touch. Here's an example of a music festival event creator who hosts one large annual event, messaging their attendees with compassion, setting expectations around tickets being honored in 2021 with that new event date, and setting expectations around their refund policy and how to request one.
Great. Template 2 here is a template appealing to donation efforts and community support. While it seems like a lot of announcements have been around postponed and canceled events lately, given the times, we are also seeing a lot of creators reach out with with ways that their attendees can support their business. In these communications, it's a good idea to let your attendees know the difficult situation your business is currently facing, and including all of the direct ways in which they can continue to help support your business. Maybe that's simply offering attendees to forego a refund in the event of a cancellation or postponement, donating to your GoFundMe page, or maybe purchasing a gift card or merchandise from your business directly. Here's an example of an event creator who typically hosts frequent networking and lifestyle/party events, promoting their online events and encouraging donations from attendees who would like to attend but may not be able to afford a ticket. They're using their brand voice and brand ethos to address financial difficulty shared both by their community and by their small team. And lastly, and maybe most importantly, sometimes it's important just to let your attendees know you're still navigating uncharted territory and that you're reaching out to simply keep them in the loop as circumstances unfold. This type of outreach is just as appreciated and will continue to build your attendees' trust in your brand and business, as well as help prevent unnecessary chargebacks or refund requests while your team works to figure out what's next. And again, including any updates to refund policies, alternatives to refunds, and any other offerings is also recommended. And here's an example of a creator who runs a music venue and has many shows in their lineup that do not have rescheduled dates in place at the time of the send. They are transparent with attendees about questions they are working hard to answer, thank them for their patience, and set the precedent that updates will be shared as soon as possible. They also set expectations around refunds and timelines to receive and encourage their community to donate during these times of uncertainty, if and when possible.
Thank you, Theo. All right, guys, we want to end today with hope. We know that gathering is an essential part of being a human, and the impact of COVID-19 has been vast. We know that you're all feeling the social and economic devastation that COVID-19 is causing, and as a company whose mission to bring the world together through live experiences, we are too. Our priority remains the health and well-being of you, your staff, and your attendees, and we want you to know that we're here to support you through this time. We truly could not do this without you. Please be on the lookout for information about our future webinars. where we'll dive deeper into topics such as transitioning your in-person events to virtual gatherings and other subject matter that is top of mind. We hope that this webinar was helpful to you. So thanks so much for making time to be with myself and Stio today. Just note that you'll be receiving a follow-up email along with a survey for feedback, so please be on the lookout for that. As a reminder, we've linked a lot of helpful content and references today, including support and resources around COVID-19 in general in the online events page. And all that content is located on our webinar online event page, which again can be accessed by clicking the Access Content button on your webinar order confirmation. Thank you guys so much, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of the day.
Thanks, y'all.